And you have Mr. Owaisi, who's leading the AIMIM Liberation Day rally in the city of Hyderabad. As we were reporting earlier, that this is a politics between the AIMIM and the BJP. You also have Home Minister Amit Shah, who's going to hit the ground. The BJP calls this the National Integration Day. This is about the foundation day of the state of Telangana. I'm once again going to cut across to Maria Shakil, our political editor, who's with us on the broadcast. Maria, talking about those two terms, the Integration Day versus the Liberation Day. And it tells us about the sort of politics which is playing out on the streets right now.
Yes, that's right. It's Hyderabad Liberation Day versus National Integration Day. The BJP-led central government and the Saffron Party leaders, both in center and in Telangana, are terming it as a Hyderabad Liberation Day, while the TRS-led Telangana government is calling it National Integration Day. In fact, the Telangana cabinet has decided to organize the opening ceremony. There have been 3 days of grand-scale events that have been organized throughout Telangana. So today is the first day of celebration, 16th, 17th and 18th of September, where all these events have been organized, which involves students, youth, women, men in all the headquarters of the assembly constituencies, is what the official statement of the Telangana government said. Having said that, Home Minister Amit Shah arrives in Shamshabad, will be landing in Hyderabad, I would say, and will reach Shamshabad International Airport tonight. And he will be staying at National Police Academy on Friday night, that is tonight. And thereafter, he will be heading to Secunderabad parade grounds tomorrow, where there will be hoisting of the national flag as part of the Liberation Day celebrations of the central government. We have seen a rather aggressive pitch by the BJP, which sees Telangana as a potential catchment area. They are not only seeing it for the 2024 Lok Sabha polls, where the BJP, remember, in 2019 came up with those 4 MPs in that state, which did come as a surprise to many. But the BJP now sees Telangana as a state which is yearning for change. They feel that the narrative that has been built by KCR and his family, it has to do with dynasty, and the BJP's anti-dynasty politics is something that will yield them political dividends. Having said that, what all we have seen in recent times, we have seen how Home Minister Amit Shah, JP Nadda, BJP President, several leaders of the party, even recently Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, all of them have travelled to Telangana to hold various public meetings and rallies. They see them as a potential opposition space capture, a party which has captured that space in the run-up to the assembly elections as well. The sense now is that the Congress has ceded space, and now it is going to be BJP versus TRS in the state of Telangana in the assembly elections that will be held next year, and the Lok Sabha polls that will be held in 2024.
Maria, I want to talk to you about the political positioning that the BJP is taking vis-a-vis AIMIM. And as you pointed out, that the party is seeing much beyond 2024. It's looking at a greater expansion to somehow capture the opposition space and eventually at one day try and form the government. That will be the ambition of any party. But whether it's the local body elections or the small local issues, top leaders of the BJP, top leadership of the BJP has taken the state very, very seriously. And the fact that you have the likes of Mr. Nadda and Home Minister Amit Shah being actively involved in these issues tells us why Mr. Owaisi is hitting the streets. He clearly senses the competition.
Yes, and that's quintessential BJP of post-2014. That is Amit Shah, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP, where they go all out in all elections. No election is big or small. Every election has to be fought to be won. That has been the motto with which BJP has, approached these elections. And that is the reason why, be it Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation elections, where the BJP held several public meetings, road shows, show of strength, to now that we are seeing several attempts being made for them to capture the ground, which they see as a potential fertile ground for them, because they feel that as far as TRS is concerned, this is a party which is led by dynasty driven, because it is KCR and his son and daughter is what the BJP claims. On the other hand is BJP, which believes in a non-dynasty politics, although KTR has taken on the BJP rather aggressively, and he has put out several tweets talking about how there is several in BJP who occupy the position or place of pride are actually dynasts themselves. Having said that, what we are seeing on a television stream is the MIM bike rallies that have been organized in Hyderabad. Remember, MIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi is himself a member of parliament of Hyderabad, so he has a significant clout. He's seen as a very, very popular leader in Hyderabad. On the other hand, you are seeing footage also of September 15th, where, Mr. Kishan Reddy and others organized a rally in the run-up to Home Minister Amit Shah's arrival in Hyderabad today.
Maria, the presence of the national flags in any political rally is very, very welcome. But they dominate this rally of AIMIM. Does it say anything?
Not really, I would say, Anusha, because I think MIM, just like any other political party, believes in the saffron flag, in the tricolor. It takes tricolor as a matter of great pride because it is our Tiranga, it is our national flag. So MIM has also been talking about Tiranga. The fact that they have chosen to, hoist Tiranga and all the leaders there are carrying Tiranga during this is also sending a message that they are part of the, the idea of integration or liberation may be something that may be differing viewpoint of the two political parties, but as far as Tiranga is concerned, it remains the unifying force.
Absolutely. And Maria, that differing viewpoints that you're talking about, that everybody believes in the tricolor, that's the message that Mr. Owaisi also wants to set out. I also want to talk to you about this very cliche criticism that has often come in from Mr. Owaisi and AIMIM, that they are team B of the BJP.
Well, that's almost like something that has been, Owaisi Saab has carried it in 10 years now. And perhaps more aggressively rather recently because, there are a number of, states. Let me give you an example of 2020 Bihar, where in Simanchal, which is predominantly Muslim-dominated districts of Purnia and other districts where there is a significant Muslim population, Mr. Owaisi managed to win 5 seats. And all those 5 MLAs may have joined the RJD, but the fact was that Simanchal belt of Bihar voted for Asaduddin Owaisi, and again this was seen as he trying to polarize ground, making it a fertile ground for BJP to do counter-polarization.
Yes.
So any kind of polarization often leads to counter-polarization. And Mr. Owaisi is seen as someone who is trying to consolidate the Muslims, and that in turn helps BJP to consolidate its Hindutva vote bank. But the larger messaging again here is about the same. It's about Hyderabad Liberation Day versus National Integration Day. One party is observing it as integration. The other one is seeing this as liberation.
Maria, please stay with us on the broadcast. We're also taking political reactions coming in on the story. Mr. Krishnasagar Rao of the BJP is also joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Rao, thank you so much for speaking to us. Good afternoon. A Liberation Day rally is being carried out by AIMIM, and none other than Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi is leading this rally. Your thoughts on this rally, sir?
The party welcomes the MIM rally, better late than never, because I've been resisting this particular day as a no day for the last 74 years. Bharatiya Janata Party stands vindicated of our fight since 50 years to ensure that this day is celebrated as a liberation day of Telangana. The Hyderabad state, which was in the erstwhile Nizam clutches, and Nizam is a foreign ruler, just like British. And this land did not get freedom like the rest of the country got on August 15, 1947. We had to wait another day, another year. And by 1948, September 17th, that is when, under the leadership of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the military force, with an operation called Polo, when they landed in Hyderabad, that is when Nizam surrendered. So this cannot be called as integration. This has to be called liberation, because this region, this state, Hyderabad, the erstwhile Hyderabad state, got liberated from the foreign ruler Nizam on this day, September 17th.
Mr. Rao, I appreciate you taking out time, getting us reaction.